everyone, my name is Natalie McCracken and I lead marketing here at Pattern Ag. And with me today, I have our manager of agronomy, Trent Newell. And so I'm having him on to talk to us today a little bit about the really wet spring that we've had here in the Midwest and what that means for pathogens in the soil. So Trent, can you tell us a little bit about how a real wet spring and planting into really wet ground, what that can do as far as pathogen risk goes?
Yeah, so a lot of time we want our growers to get planted as soon as they can so they can take advantage of some pretty good weather to get the crop started. It's generally cooler temperatures and you get some early season moisture to give your crop a good start. But sometimes those conditions persist for a little bit longer than what we want, and that puts your crop at risk of a few different diseases, namely the damping off complex, which is your Pythium and Rhizoctonia, Fusarium and Phytophthora. Two of those are oomycetes, the other two are true fungal pathogens. So they'll take a little bit different management.
Gotcha. And so if those, say you plant and that is happening in your field, so what can you do about it?
Yeah, unfortunately, the management, you're already past the window of management by the time the crop has been planted. So you manage these seedling diseases by using a seed treatment early in the season. Before you've planted your seed, you're going to apply a seed treatment that protects you from these damping off diseases. Once the plant has come out of the ground, the management is pretty much done and over with. That includes all the Fusarium, Phytophthora, Pythium, and Rhizoctonias. And let's not forget the primary Fusarium that a lot of growers are concerned with in soybeans is sudden death syndrome. That is a Fusarium as well. So once you're past, once that crop has already been planted and it's already come out of the ground, there's no more management you can do. So unless you knew what diseases were in your soils at the beginning of the season, you really don't know what you're at risk for right now.
Okay, so like just to recap, really it's, hey, we planted, it rained a lot this spring. If you've got one of these pathogens, you're probably just going to have to like keep your eye out and do the best that you can. However, if you had tested in the fall, knew that they were possibilities or that you were at least moderate risk in the fall, then you could have planted something that could sort of help if you have a wet spring. And if you don't have a wet spring, you're still sort of safe, right?
Yeah, if you know what you're at risk with, then we know what we can protect you from at the beginning of the season. Seed treatments, you get one shot to make that management decision. And like I said, if you're going in completely blind, you don't know if you can justify a seed treatment. It's really hard to make these decisions. But with the kind of tests that we provide, we can tell you exactly what diseases are going to be out there and what you're going to be challenged with. And the only thing that we need at that point is a conducive disease triangle. We've completed that final corner of the disease triangle, and we're definitely there right now with these seedling damping off diseases.
Well, thanks so much, Trent, for coming on today and talking to us a little bit about this. Everyone else, like Trent talked about, testing in your soil is really the only way that you're going to know if these diseases are here. And so we have that biological test that can tell you what pests, what pathogens that you may be at risk for. You know, it's a little late in this spring to test now, but think about it for this fall so that you can be prepared for next year with the best management plan that you can possibly have. Thank you so much, Trent.
Thanks, Natalie.